what's up issue for today's video with a full Metronome team. It's been a while since our last one. I've had a lot of people asking to redo this because it's so much fun. And I thought I'd incorporate some new Pokemon and of course the Stellar mechanic into this as well. I've got a combination of single battles, double battles, and multi-battles in today's video. If you enjoy the Metronome videos and the battles, if you want to see them again, let me know in the comment section. Give that like button a tickle and let's get into it. So first battle here, this is a random battle on the Poke Portal. No idea what my opponent's name is, but they only bought 3 Pokemon, so I thought this could be it. We could get some pure gold here. So as you can see, the only moves I've got are Metronome on my Pokemon. I did give them items and I did give them EVs as well. So we got Lilligant Hisuian here. We got Metronome as the only move, and we've also got Choice Band and Hustle ability. Max attack and max speed Adamanator. So we've got a Garganacl lead here setting up Stealth Rocks. I've never ever seen that one in my life, and I'm really hoping here I can get a grass type move. A physical one would be really, really good. Funnily enough, I actually got rid of its ability and I gave it Worry Seed, so it can't be put to sleep. But I got rid of Purifying Salt, which, you know, may or may not be useful. That's the thing about Metronome Battles. You can call virtually every single move. Now, I'm going to be explaining all the mechanics behind Metronome Battles throughout this video too, and how Stellar interacts with Metronome. So it's going to be quite an interesting video. It's going to be a bit of a chill video too, because there's not too many predictions in a Metronome Battle, right? So we've got this Garganacl lead here. It's got Salt Cure, and it's actually got no other moves outside of that to really do much damage. It's got Earthquake, but it wasn't really doing much at all. So I actually got the Volt Switch here, which is, well, I guess it's some damage, better than nothing, right? And I'm going to be doing a swap into Ursaluna. Now, this Ursaluna is a max health set and max attack Adam Nature. It's got a Flame Orb as the item. Now, I did give this Metronome and Protect, so I could go Protect first before to get my Guts boost, but in most cases, I didn't really even do it. I just did Metronome. So, and this has Stellar as the, all of them have got Stellar as the Tera too. So with Stellar, I'll explain that as well. So when you go Stellar and then you use Metronome, right, you get a boost on there. So you get a 1.2 times boost if it's not stab, and you get a 2 times for if it is stab. However, once those initial boosts have gone, like, you can only get them once, right? That's pretty much it with Stellar. But it's pretty good for Metronome, right? Because Metronome can call any type of move, so it can be very, very handy. So I actually use them usually generally at the end, or a Pokemon that got many like stat boosts and stuff like that. I might go for the Stellar then. Like, you know, might get lucky enough, right? Or they might use Explosion and faint themselves. You never know. So this Ursaluna actually managed to get a Gut Spark off, which actually did some pretty good damage. And then it got Strength Snap, which is pretty nice too. So it's dropping Garganacl's attack and actually healing it off with, which is really, really good. A really good thing in a Metronome battle too is getting like Toxic or a Poison type move. That can be very, very handy too. But you just don't know what you're going to get, which makes them very, very hard to win battles. So I had a lot of battles with this, single battles with this team, but most of them, I would get like pockets of really insane luck, and then they just do nothing for the next like 10 minutes, and you know, you get a little Timmy that just sets up and sweeps the rest of the team. So it was difficult, right? It was difficult to get any content, especially single battles with this team. But I've got a single battle here, and I've got a single battle at the end of this video too. So make sure you watch the whole lot for maximum assault. So we got a Quick Claw on this Garganacl as well, and it's, you know, it continues to use Earthquake and you know, its attacking moves on my Ursaluna. Ursaluna was out of the battles that I had with it, it was probably the most useless Pokemon. It really was, because a lot of the time it would never get physical moves. It would either get special moves or just like, you know, use the status moves like agility and stuff when it was about to faint. So by the end of this team, I was almost ready to release Ursaluna. Anyway, so that is Ursaluna down there. It's a good thing this Garganacl isn't very... It's not very offensive at all. Like, it's had its stat drops and things like that, but there were a couple other Pokemon on their team that were pretty scary. So I went back into the Hisuian Lilligant, and I got a Grass move, and it was Grass Knot. Hustle, Adamanator Grass Knot was enough to take out Garganacl only on PIMPNITE channel, so that was fire, right? We took one Pokemon out. Things are happening right now. Now, the next Pokemon is Dragapult. I'm like, oh, no, this is going to be very bad. This also was meant to have Stellar as well, but I forgot to change from Tera to Tera grass the Stellar. So I never really Stellared this Pokemon. So they're going to set up Dragonets, which is a very, very big problem because I can probably easy sweep for my team. And then my Lilligant got rock polished. I'm like, that's cool. I just need to get I was hoping for a physical Dark or Ghost type move here, and I got Close Combat. I was like, that's the best move, and it was a Ghost type. That would have done so much as well with Choice Band and Hustle too. It would have done crazy amount of damage. Now the Dragapult is going to be fainting me with his signature move, so we are in a lot of trouble right now. So I'm thinking, all right, I got to do something here. So I'm going to go into Grafire. So Grafire, I actually just did a team on this, has got the ability Prankster. So Prankster Metronome is going to always be going first, except, some exceptions versus a Grass type. Then I use Lilligant Hisuian's signature move right afterwards, which is crazy. So I got an attack boost and a defense boost, and I also got a speed boost there. This is a max health and max attack set with Brave Nature. Bright Powder as the item too. So since I was running max health, I was able to live those Dragon Darts actually a lot better than I possibly would. And then I got Mist Ball. Mist Ball was pretty good. I actually got some pretty nice damage, but I got Curse Bodied after that, which means, right, if I can't use any other moves, an example, the Dragapult didn't attack me, I've got to use Struggle. So now there's no point. I've got to go for a Struggle. They're setting up Dragon Dances here too. Also, this weird menu appears when you use Struggle. Like, see that check target and check status button? If you use Struggle in a Pokeball battle, it's a bug, right? They'll remain there for the entirety of the battle. So some interesting stuff there. And Struggle actually did a really nice amount of damage there because Struggle is typeless, right? So that's the end of half my team already. Can we win this battle, or is it going to be a sweep, right? So we got Iron Hands there, got their big hands. This is max health and max attack EVs, and we've got a Tera from the opponent. So I'm like, I wonder what Tera they're going to have. Probably like just Dragon or something like that, but they had Water. I was like, well, okay, I guess that's more of like some sort of defensive type, but I wouldn't have guessed to do in front of an Iron Hands. But now they've seen that I'm using Metronome, that I'm probably not going to get electric type move, right? So I managed to live that pretty well, and I got Infestation. So I got a terrible, terrible move there. No, I needed, Tackle would have been good, right? So this has Booster Energy as Quick Claw as its item. I was thinking about Boost Energy, but I kind of swapped it around. So I got a Quick Claw, which is really cool, and on this turn, I was wiggling my massive yellow and silver finger, and I got Frost Breath. I'm like, that would have taken it out if it wasn't Terra Water. So I'm starting to get pretty salty here, right? And I was like, I'm probably going to get swept by the thing. So that's the end of Iron Hands. I've got 2 more Pokeball left. Can we somehow come back into this battle? So I thought, all right, I need to scare this thing off, right? I got to get this W, right? So I'm going into Iron Valiant. This has a booster energy as well. I was going to put it on Iron Hands, but I tried to do different items, right? So this one is going to get a speed boost. This is actually a mixed attacker. It is max 136 in attack, 120 in special attack, and 252 in speed with hasty nature. So it's very, very fast after a boost of energy. And the opponent swaps out. I'm like, what? Then, this turn, I just went for a Stellar. I was like, Stellar Metronome. Let's hope that I can, finish this off, right? So I got that Stellar Metronome, and it's pretty cool, right? Because any different type of move that I use for the first time will get that initial 1.2 times boost. If it's stab, so that would be like fairy or fighting, I'll get a boost. So I've got Rock Polish. I'm like, are you serious? That's the second time. So I've got a boost of energy in speed, and I've got a Rock Polish. I'm very, very fast. So Urshifu is going to probably destroy me. And then I got Smoke Screen. So Smoke Screen is going to drop the accuracy of the Urshifu, and of course they're just going to go for their boring Surging Strikes here. However, with the damage they're doing, I can actually live 1, but that's it. I can only live 1, so I need to get some sort of decent move off here. I was hoping to. I got to get a fairy move. That would be insane, right? So I'm wiggling my finger, and I got Flash Cannon. So I was like, oh, it's a special move, but it's going to resist it, right? It still does okay damage there, but nothing, to write home about, and it's going to go for Surging Strikes here. So all I've got left is one last Pokemon, and I don't have a Stellar to rely on for a lucky boost. Then that's it, right? I've got to take out a Dragapult and a Urshifu. So it's a pretty sweaty Pokemon here. Now, my last Pokemon to come in is going to be Monkey Dory. So I tried to pick Pokemon that were new and that I haven't used before from this generation. This was Choice Specs. It had Metronome, of course, Max Speed and Max Special Attack Naive, and then I got Electro Ball. It's like, wow, that's actually going to do a lot of damage, and I dropped Urshifu. You wouldn't read about it. So Urshifu is going to bite the dust there. The last Pokemon is Dragapult. I'm like, wow, I might be able to do this right, because this thing's more of a tankier Dragapult, right, judging on the earlier speed. So I've got that Metronome. I'm hoping I can get it. Any move right, even Tackle might be able to do it. So I'm wiggling my finger, my blue finger, hoping for the best, and I got Howl. I'm like, no, this is throwing right now. I need to be able to live this attack. I'm hoping that I can live this. Here comes the first Raggeda. I lived it all right. As you can see, they're definitely bulky. And Monkey Dory's got one turn to get the W. Can we do this, people? I'm rubbing my blue finger, and I got Magma Storm. Like, oh no, I think this might be enough, right? And it was. I got Heatran's signature move with the Disrespect, not very effective to take out the Dragapult. And that is the very first battle here, people. We got the W, and that was pretty cool, right? This has the ability Toxic Chain too, so in some instances I actually got that move. Now for the next couple of battles here, people, these are very long battles, so I'm going to be speeding these ones up a lot, because this is actually like almost 2 hours, I think, for this this raw video. So this is the battle against Lychee. I thought we'd do a double Metronome battle, so we've got all the Pokemon on both our teams only knowing Metronome, so this is actually pretty cool. I decided to do a doubles battle and then some multi-battles after this, and then we're going to finish things with another single battle too. And this was pretty interesting, right? So we had a Psychic Terrain set up here, and I managed to take out the Hitmonlee pretty earlier on. Then this Gengar came out, and this Gengar was causing me all kinds of issues, This Snorlax was also very, very tanky as well, so I also needed some very, very powerful moves to get around. It's kind of interesting because in a Metronome battle, right, Ghost types are very, very good, and also Steel types as well, because they resist a lot of moves. Also getting moves like Toxic Spikes or Toxic and things like that are very, very good too, because you'll find a lot of the time use a lot of like weak different moves. So Ursaluna does so much in this battle, I couldn't believe it. So I thought I'd swap in Monkey Dory here to try and make use of that. So I got Boom Burst again, which would have been nice on Monkey Dory, but I had this Gengar, right, which caused me so many problems, and it was hitting me really, really hard too. We also had this fat Snorlax as well with the Psychic Terrain Zen Headbutt, so that was doing like tons and tons of damage here. I actually got a really lucky play there. I got Stone Axe, which actually didn't do a lot of damage, but it managed to set Stealth Rocks up on the field too. So any entry hazards are really good. So at this point in time, I was in a lot of trouble, right? I was getting pretty underwhelming moves here, and Gengar was dodging a lot of my normal type moves too, and hitting me really, really hard. Snorlax actually got no retreat there, only on PIMPNITE Shadow, and then it got like so many stat boosts. I'm like, uh-oh, this is very, very bad. Then my Grafire got teleport there, and I had to teleport it out and swap another Pokemon in, and then my Monkey Dory got a Thrash Toxic Chain, which actually was going to be enough to take out the Snorlax just before it fainted as well, which was really, really cool. So this Snorlax had no retreat, and then it used a track there too, so it attracted the Litigan. Fortunately, I was poisoned too, so I brought back in Grafire here, hoping to get something good, and I almost finished it off with a Terrain Pulse as well. So I'm going to tell you some interesting facts as well about Metronome, why we're doing this battle at the same time. So if Metronome, during some battles that I had, right, you might notice throughout this video, if you use like some multi-turn moves, for example, like Rollout or Dig or Sky Attack, if you're holding a choice item, they'll actually fail on the second turn, because this happened quite a few times, right? And I was wondering why it didn't finish the move. So if you got a choice item like Choice Band, Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, they're going to work on the first turn, but then the next turn will fail, right? So that's why some of that sort of stuff there happens as well. Now you can call most of the moves there. There are a couple of exceptions, of course, too. But it was a really cool thing. I remember doing my very first Metronome battle. I think it was like 12 12 years ago or something like that. Now, this is pretty funny, right? My Iron Valiant actually got high jump kick, aimed it at the Gengar and missed, and I lost all of my health. And then I used Miss Ball on the opposing Iron Valiant and dropped it in one shot. So it did something really bad, and then it did something really good. Now, another great Pokemon in a Metronome battle, of course, is Dusclops, because it's a ghost type, and it also has pressure as well. Now, another cool, interesting fact too you might not know is some moves that aren't in the game, like say Burn Up, can actually appear in a Metronome battle, which is really, really strange. I don't know why they coded it like that, but as you got to see before, Burn Up was used. So under the right circumstances, say if I was a mono fire type Pokemon, say like Arcanine, I actually could have used that move, which is really, really cool. So it got down to these two ghost Pokemon. Somehow this Gengar was still alive. I was getting some pretty good boost here on the Dusclops. It was so bulky. Then the Gengar actually damaged the Dusclops a little bit, and it gave me a little bit of hope that I might actually be able to feint this if I got, a powerful enough move, because I just got a wish here, right? And then I kept using normal moves all the time, which was really annoying. And then I like Cotton Sport, and then Dusclops got, imagine if Hail was up, if it had Aurora Veil. Then I used Court Change as well, so swapped, I think I swapped the Stealth Rocks onto my side of the field as well, which doesn't really matter. Then that got Phantom Force, so like, I think this is over, right? And then I got a Defender Order. Defender Order actually is going to give me some more bulk there. So we had Extreme Speed Gengar and a critical hit from the Dusclops as well. So I was somehow still hanging in here with 6 left. I got Glare, which is pretty nice on the Dusclops. And then I got beaten by a Gengar with Struggle. So it was Maximum Assault right at the end there, beaten by Struggle. You wouldn't read about it. Thank you to the battle, Lychee. Let's get on to the next battle. This is a battle, a multi-battle here. And this one is going to go pretty fast because we had a lot happening here. So we had this Jirachi. Basically, I'll sum it up here. This Jirachi got so many lucky boosts here, like tons and tons of them, like over and over, right? So we had a battle here. This is against Joba King and Kuroshu, and my partner was Molotov. So we had a bunch of Pokemon too. Also, a cool fact there, if you can see that Meloetta is floating, if you've got a flying type Pokemon, like one that's levitating or floating, right, and then you stand at the next Pokemon afterwards, it can actually float itself there. So interesting little a fact there if you were curious about this. Now, some other really bad things in a Metronome battle that can happen if someone else uses Imprison, right? And what Imprison means is you can't use the same move that your opponent has got. So if we've all got Metronome, that'll auto cause someone to struggle there as well, which is a very, very bad thing to happen. So we got this Jirachi that was absolutely loaded. Even got a belly drum there. Like, it was so like loaded. Then I got a really cool KO there with Stone Axe and Stealth Rocks, and we had quite a few legendaries here. That was a good move, getting a Heat Wave there. That hits like multi-hitting moves are really like that was back-to-back Heat Wave then Hyper Voice. This Jirachi was a threat, right? So I went into my Ursaluna here, the greatest Pokemon on my team, and then Tornadus got a Sword Dance, which is pretty nice, and then Jirachi Extreme Speed takes out the Inteleon. This thing was BS. So then we had a Metronome Munchlax, and Munchlax is going to be stellar too. Now, what we tried to do is we tried to all stellar our Pokemon on the very, very last turn, right? Then, Jirachi started getting Fiery Dance. So, like, how many stat boosts did this thing actually get? Ursaluna got a Cosmic Power, which wasn't too bad. And then there was, like, a Sand Steer Storm as well. The hits, but like, those Storm moves can be very, very good too. Of course, a nice little Absorb on Ursaluna there, doing some incredible damage. And actually, normal types are pretty good in Metronome battles too, because there's only fighting type moves that are super effective against them, and ghost type moves and such like that too. So we're going for a few Metronome battles here, and here we go. This is a good example. There was Dive. I wonder if this is choiced. So sometimes you'll see throughout these battles like a move like Dive and then it'll fail, right? It depends if it was a choice item or not. That's why they actually fail. Jirachi was getting Freeze Dry, but that had Thick Fat and stuff like that, so it wasn't doing a lot of damage. Then I got Sticky Web, which is pretty good. With those rising voltage there was a nice on Tornadus. And then we had Diancie and Jirachi, so some very, very bulky Pokemon here as well. Then we had a Stella. This is pretty funny. So it was a Stella Diancie. Jirachi got Tera Dance this time, which confused everyone on the field, including the partner. and I was hoping I could get like a, some kind of like powerful ground type move with Ursaluna. Then it got Sweet Kiss right after everyone was confused, which is pretty cool. And then I got Rain Dance. So Rain Dance could be useful for a water type move. Then the Munchlax got Roar, which got rid of all Jirachi's boost, and then in came a Mew. So this was almost like the normal Pokemon versus all the legendary Pokemon, I guess you could say. Then we had a Stellar Mew, so we had another Stellar Pokemon on the field, 3 Stellar Pokemon. So my Ursaluna got Fate, I think that was Boom Burst again, and then I swapped in my Stellar Pokemon here as well. Diancie actually got a Fling, and it flung its Bright Powder, and that actually did, I think that did equivalent of 2 damage there on Munchlax. So I went into my Iron Valley here, got that Quark Drive, then I went for my own Stellar as well. So we had 4 Stellar Pokemon on the field at Wench, which is really, really cool. So I got Sparkling Scum, I'm in area, and that took out the Diancie, which is really, really good. So I did hit my partner though, but at least we got rid of her, right? That was a powder, was that a Powder Snow on Munchlax? I think it did like 2 damage. So we got Gravity. Gravity increases the accuracy of moves. Then I got Sacred Fire, and then I got a Burn, and then I got Synchronize with the Burn. So I was so unlucky. So many crazy things happened. Then I got hit by an Ice Beam, and then Munchlax got No Retreat. No Retreat happened again. It was funny because if you remember in the last battle, Snorlax got No Retreat, then Munchlax. It was so funny, like we had moves that were interesting that would happen. So I got a Shift Gear there, which didn't really help me out at all. Yeah, and then Meteor Mash on Iron Valiant is going to put it out. So all there was Munchlax versus a bunch of other Pokemon. Then we got a Hydro Stream in the rain, and Mew was in pain, and that fainted, which was really, really good. Now we had the Jirachi. It was a one-on-one battle here. Yeah, it was a one-on-one. So Jirachi got Shell They got another boost. Like, it was on 1 health though, so like Munchlax just needs to get like Tackle, right? Just like a singular tackle. Then it got Lash Out. Stellar Lash Out took out the Jirachi, right? The last Pokemon was Mewtwo. I was like, uh-oh, this is very... We need to get like a Ghost or Dark move. Then Mewtwo got freaking Crush Claw and took out the Munchlax. And that was the end of the battle. And that's another battle there, the 3rd battle. Let's get on to the 4th battle. This is a pretty entertaining battle. We had another multi-battle here. I've got 3. I thought I'd include 3 of them. So this is a battle myself and Timothy versus Hunt and Bebba with Pickles, and we had a good battle, right? This is crazy. Like, there's some crazy moments here. So we had the Quark Drive activate, then we had a Conversion 2, turning the Clefairy into a Ghost type, and you know how bulky Clefairy is in doubles with the Everlight and Friend Guard as well. So this thing was... This was really, really tanky. So for some reason, I don't know why it was, my Iron Hands kept getting special moves. It would never ever get like a physical move at all. We also had a couple of instances where in some battles there'd be moves like Wrap and Bind, you know. Those moves were pretty good because they did like damage like all around and stuff like that. I think I got a couple of spread moves, but of course they were all special as well. Like Wrap was the GOAT here. Then the Mew actually got Recover, not that it really, had much damage there. And then we had a Future Sight, a couple of special moves there on the Float Cell. And of course, Sacred Sword is not going to affect the Clefairy. Then it got that Clefairy got a defensive rise with Aqua Pressure as well, and we finally took out the Float Cell. So that was like the first Pokemon after a long time. Then we had a Magmortar. I got Rock Wrecker, but it didn't go for Magmortar. And then Magmortar got Ice Fang as well. So some crazy moves here, of course. Clefairy was dodging so many different moves here. And the good thing as well, in a Metronome battle, is like bulky Pokemon. They're like really, really good because I can take like lots of hits. Then we had like Mew and getting some good physical moves. So then Clefairy got Veil. Thank goodness it wasn't Hailing. That would have been very, very bad. Moves like Sucker Punch and stuff, obviously they fail as well. And then I think I got a Hurricane there, confused the Clefairy, hoping we could like feint it. And then it got Flame Wheel and some other interesting moves like that as well. Absorb came up again. Like some moves that like always like, come up all the time. And then I got Double Hit, but of course I went for the wrong Pokemon. I was worried about Flame Body there as well. I don't know whether it had it or not. Then we had a Scary Face. I got a Quick Claw is not a bad item too. Then I got Spite, which is really mean because Spite will drop the PP right. And if you lose all your PP, you're going to be struggling, right? So finally, Clefairy went down, which is very good. It only took 4,000 years. And then we had another Iron Hands with Quick Claw. And this one used Court Change, which swapped I think that was a Sticky Web around on the field too. Then we had Rock Smash, and I got Esper Wing. Esper Wing increases speed. It's really, really cool too, because you get to see a lot of the moves you probably wouldn't get to see. A lot of signature move. Magma Storm, there's another one. That's how I won the first battle. And I think Magma actually got that one too. Now, interesting moves like Forest Curse too, which add different types to Pokemon. So that Magma was a fire and a grass type as well. Then we had what was that? Fly Iron Hands? And then we had my Choice Specs Pokemon. I got Volt Tackle, and that was kind of overkill. Then we had this Lucario called Lucario. This was absolute cap, right? So we had a stellar Lucario, right? I went first and got Magic Gotcha, which is not too bad a move. They're hoping for a burn. The Lucario actually had Covert Cloak. Then he used Slack Off, right? It healed itself, which was a pretty good move to get there. We had Razor Leaf. That wasn't a bad move. Clefairy used Milk Drink, which was really good. So we were healing ourselves a lot of the time throughout the battle. I was hoping to get a powerful special move right there. So then Future Sight from Lucario. And then we had a Cell Rock and a couple of interesting moves. So Screech, that would have been good too, dropping the defenses and that sort of thing. Then I got Play Rough, I got a lot of physical moves on this too. Ally Switch actually fails in multi-battles as well, which is interesting. But it does. Another scary face from Clefairy there. I think that was the second one where I actually got there. Then I got Recover. So a lot of recovery moves in that little section too. Then this was a Tera Stellar Quick Attack. Lucario. Then we had Leaf Blade there. That was a crit on Iron Hands. And then it used Pound, which took a lot of health. And then it got hit by Future Sight. So that was the end of that. Last Pokemon is another Munchlax. And of course, it's called Little Timmy Terror as well. And this is going to be our second Stellar one. So I'm hoping I get a special move, but I get Poison Fang, which does nothing. Then the Lucario gets Rock Polish, increasing its speed, which is pretty good. A Weather Ball from Iron Hands. I think they did 2 damage. Then we got Payday, so whoever was going to win this battle was going to get some fat stacks, right? Then we had another Mew. It got affected by the Sticky Web thanks to the Court Change earlier on, which was pretty funny. And this was a Stellar Pokemon, so we're getting some more Stellar Pokemon. Then the Lucario got an Ancient Power, and then it got a boost. I'm like, that's so lucky. And it was called Lucario as well. Get it, Lucario? So I was trying to take out this Lucario, hoping we get some good moves. The thing about Metronome 2 is you can't pick a target either, so you can't target one Pokemon. Then my Monkey Dory got clapped there, and then we had Poison Fang on this, and then it got poisoned. We had 2 minutes left of the battle too. A lot of the time, the battles would go to the 20-minute time, and so it was difficult to even get them finished. Now watch this. I went into Iron Valley, right? This thing either threw the battle or won the battle. That's how it was, right? So I got that, I got Stellar. We had 4 Stellar Pokemon. So I went Metronome. I got Smokescreen again. I was like, what is this? Then Lucario got High Jump Kick, and I only just lived that. And then Mew got Flower Trick. Some really, really good moves here. A double crit back to back. Munchlax gets Fire Spin on the Lucario. Doesn't take it out. And it's going to die the next turn to Poison. And then I went Metronome, and I got Axe Kick and a miss. I was like, come on. So I fated myself again. And all it was down to the Munchlax, and Lucario got Sand Tomb, a trapping move, and took out the Munchlax. And that was the end of the game there. It was an absolute disaster. The Lucario was so lucky. All right, let's get on to the next battle here. This is another multi-battle, and we've got a single battle to finish some things off here. So this was Clefairy and Meloetta this time, right? So we had a little bit of a different Pokemon. Meloetta was actually interesting because I was hoping that Meloetta would get its signature move to Transformer, but out of all the battles and stuff like that, it didn't happen at all. We had a couple of, there might be some Steam Team nicknames here as well. I don't really know. So if you can pick up on any of them, let me know in the comment section of the video. Are you still watching the moment? Are you enjoying all these random moves? I think it's really cool to see all the different moves and the animations too. Some animations are good, but some are kind of bad. They could be better, right? Asta's not a bad move too. They can drop the stats and stuff like that. Now I didn't have very good luck in a lot of these battles. I was getting terrible luck. I think I used most of it up in my the single battles that I had, right? Fire Fang, that was bad as well. I was hoping it didn't change, because if it went into its pirouette form and got physical moves, it would be hitting like really, really hard. I didn't really know what any other, well, Psychic Noise, that's a good move. I didn't really know what other Pokemon, you know, the items and stuff were as well. I wasn't really sure. So another Stellar Munchlax again. Another one that's like 3 now. Psych Up's not a bad move as well. Ally Switch is going to fail again. And then Golem actually got struggled, you know. So it couldn't do much. Got hit by a super effective Vacuum Wave as well. This is also a battle. This is a battle with my partner Super Bowser, and this one was against I believe this was Hunt and Leaf as well. But yeah, I had lots of different opponents for these battles. I thought it'd be really, you know, really cool. That actually got Aromatic Miss as well, boosting their allies' special defense. So this Meloetta became very, very bulky as well. It actually has a nice special defensive stat already. Munchlax is getting some moves that it was like kind of locked into here. I got U-turn and miss, which is, you know, thanks to Hustle, and there was a couple of, there was a Paralyze there as well. So with Pedal Dance, that actually locks you into using that move, unless it was like a choice item. So obviously that Munchlax was Everlight, I'd say, like all of them were. And then I got hit by Round from the Meloetta, which fainted me. So I was down to my very last Pokemon. So moves like First Impression fail as well. You'll get to see lots of little instances that you probably wouldn't get to see here. So I was down to my Iron Valiant, hoping I could actually do something this time instead of miss, and I got Blue Flare. I was like, oh, they went for the Meloetta and did nothing. Then I got hit by a Gyro Ball. We had a Psyblade there, which is really cool. We really needed to take some Pokemon out, though. It was looking kind of bad. We needed a one-hit KO move, so I got Icicle Sphere, which did nothing on the thick fat Munchlax. Then we had Grass Knot. Oh, like, its special defense isn't really good. Then we got a Horn Drill Delphox taking out the Munchlax. That was really, really good. We absolutely need that. Then we had Darkest Lariat Iron Valiant, which is pretty cool. Then we had another Mew, which I wasn't very amused about. I got Hydro Pump, finally starting to get some good moves here. Mew got Low Sweep, that's not going to do too much, only really dropping the speed. Then Spirit Shackle, a good move there, preventing Mew from actually swapping it all. And then I got Blood Moon on my Iron Valiant, so I was unleashing some crazy moves there. Last Pokemon was the Infernape. Infernape with Stellar could be very, you know, crazy as well. I got Burn Up there. I wish I could have got a Pokemon to actually do that. We got Gravity, making all the moves not miss. And then we had Toxic. So Toxic was a very powerful move there. Then I got Liquidation. Absolutely crazy luck there. And a Stellar Psybeam there. Delphox got paralyzed like 5 turns in a row and got a Horn Drop. I don't know even how it would attack there. There's another battle, people. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Let's get on to our final battle here. This is a single battle. No idea what this person's name was, but man, they trolled me so hard, right? This Weavile, right, was a Fling and Thief set, right? So I was actually trying to beat them, but the problem was they also had, on this Weavile set, they had Taunt, so essentially I kept getting taunted, and I couldn't attack at all, so I had to keep swapping out it. So basically what they did, they keep saving my item, right? And then they kept flinging it back to me. I'm like, this person's a troll, right? So they knew I had obviously a Metronome team too, so they were trying to troll me. So I was getting taunted. Basically, they were taking me out to dinner, right? But they skipped dinner and just went straight to the bedroom. So we got this Iron Valiant, right? I was hoping I could get some sort of move off there. Eventually, I just like, you know what? I'm gonna have to go for Struggle, right? I have to do Struggle to take this thing out because it's such a counter to my team. So I took the Weavile out, which is good. Then they brought in this weird set. It was like a Mirror Coat set, so I guess they were hoping that I'd land like a special move. I got Judgment, then I hit with Mirror Coat. So I don't know what sort of sets they even had, but I was going for it. I was getting all the special moves, and Mirror Coat was working too. If this person ever sees this video, let me know in the comments. They probably won't because they're you know, Japanese and stuff. But it was so funny because I kept getting these special moves. So they kept getting Mirror Coat KOs on me. I was getting really salty. So I almost took them out there. I was hoping I could feint them, then I got Bulk Up. I'm like, are you serious? And of course, the Flame Orb was doing damage to me as well. So in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have learned like Flame Orb. Reflect Type's pretty cool. That actually copies the opponent's typing, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, that was my Ursaluda feint, so it did nothing. So I was like, all right, let's go Metronome again. I got Rest on the first turn. Then they only used Mirror Coat here. Then they swapped out, and then they went into Talk. I'm like, all right, what's this? What troll is going to use Smoke Screen or something? So I got Taunt, which is cool, so they have to attack. Then they swapped out, and then they went back into, what? They had a Jangmo. They had a Jangmo as well. Then I got Giga Impact and dropped the Jangmo. Like, what is this team? Then the next Pokemon, they brought it back in. They got that boost from the sun, and they're using Mirror Coat again. So then it's a Troll Ride. I was like, all right, I got to defeat this Troll Ride. And then I got Shadow Sneak, so I dropped them again. Next Pokemon was a Noivern, right? I was hoping I got Lunar Blessing, and it didn't work. Then they went for Screech. I'm like, what is this? A Screech Noivern? Then I got Side Shield Bash and got a Defense Rise. Like, this must be like some crazy physical set. Then I got Shadow Force, which is crazy. And Shadow Force, right, does a heap of damage. They lived on 1 health, hoping for something good, and then I got Wild Charge, took them out, right? It's going well. Next Pokemon is Torkoal, no idea what this is going to do. I went for Metronome again, got Smoke Screen. You wouldn't read about it, right? Then they went Iron Defense. I'm like, what are they doing here? Then I got Hex. Like, if I could get a status move and then hit that would have done way more. Then I got Thunder Wave right after Hex. I was getting salty, right? Got Metronome again, then I got Magical Leaf, which did like half the damage, and then I was going for some, I dropped the special attack of the Torkoal. This Torkoal got paralyzed a couple of turns too. I was just chipping away at it. I really couldn't do much, or that's 2 paralyzed. Then they got Iron Defense again. So they were just, I think they wanted me to struggle here. Then I got Malignant Chain Crit and killed them. Their last Pokemon with Hydreigon, like, they got to start trying now, right? They got to stop trying. They started setting up nasty plots here. I'm like, oh no, this is very bad. They're going to reverse sweep me. So I actually got Struggle a couple of times. They were setting up nasty plots. They could see how much damage the Struggle was doing to me. But what they did, right, they deliberately used it again so I'd fate myself, right? So my last Pokemon was the Monkey Dory. I was like, okay, if I can hit them with a damaging move here, I should be able to outspeed them. They went for Tera Dark. I went for Metronome, and I got Sludge Wave. You wouldn't read about it, and I fated them. And that's the end of the battle, people. Hope you enjoyed this one with the Metronome team. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.